right, what's going on, everybody? And this is going to wrap up our week on specific subject of podcasting. And I know we talked about how it opens up doors, but already this week. But what door did it open up for you today?
Oh my gosh. So I was able to get on Dave Metzler's live Instagram podcast show. And it's crazy the people that he's had on there. The guy that was after me actually works with Tom Brady. Like, seriously, it's crazy.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. And honestly, it not only did you have the opportunity to talk to David Metzler on his platform, he was on our show just this past week as well.
True.
And but the beauty of that conversation that both we had it with him and then you were able to extend today was about the integrity side, the true reasons, right? Like actually doing things to help people impact the world, actually do things to help people in different ways instead of just on the monetary side. And so I think that was such a awesome thing for you and for us and everything, just to be able to talk and share that message.
Yeah, it was really cool that, obviously nothing was scripted for that. So didn't know what he was going to talk about or not, but it was a phenomenal conversation. And I was just excited to be able to have a chance to showcase our company in a way that we know what it's about. It's about integrity. It's making sure people get their message out, and there's no hidden stuff in that.
Yeah, 100%. And today to wrap up the week, we really wanted to move into the conversation of a truly launching a podcast, right? And so we have two people that launched today, right?
Yeah.
And the Spa Hive podcast, or just Spa Hive, not that podcast with Julie Pankey. She launched today, and it has a very unique take on the spa industry and how she's going to run the podcast even.
Yeah, it's super cool. I mean, if you think about, again, it's another industry that isn't really thought of with podcasting, right? Yeah. And we're able to help these industries that they're not used to getting it on this platform be able to get it on the platform. And so it's just going to be a fun little way to introduce people to the spa industry through podcasting.
Yep. Yeah. And not just spa, but hospitality. And my favorite part about Julie's show is for anybody that's listened to Traffic and Funnels podcast, right? Like, I've talked about it before.
Once or twice.
You show up to it and you're like, okay, what is it going to be? Oh, it's a training sales meeting that Taylor Welch ran with his team, or it's one of his employees just doing a regular podcast, having a conversation, or it's Taylor on someone else's podcast, having it shown on his, right? So it's all these different things. You never really know what you're going to get. And with Julie's, it's going to be a little bit about that. She's got several people that are going to kind of partake in the execution of this podcast. So it's super, super exciting. But the next one, now someone near and dear to our hearts, the one and the only Raphael Henderson, launching the Diary of an Innovator.
Oh my gosh, this is a fun one. Like this, I love the graphics. I love the imagery. I think it came out really amazing, and it really just amplifies her brand. And that's what's exciting about it. She's actually getting out from behind the curtain and putting herself out there.
Yep. And and she's also got some great, amazing guests coming on the show. She's one thing that she gets to talk about that I'm super excited is she is talking about vision planning, right? Like helping people see past what's right in front of them and actually try to look at the big picture. And I love that take on it for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
So why is it so important that someone follows a plan for a launch?
Because they can mess it up. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They can just I'm gonna relate it to something else for just a second. So anybody that has a course out there or have created a course, Corey, you know the answer. What's the worst thing that can happen when you pitch the course?
One person buys.
One person buys, because then you have to do all the work and everything you have to do for one person. That's the worst thing that can happen. So if you don't launch correctly, you will not get the social currency proof. I had someone reach out today that said the new online currency isn't Bitcoin, it's attention.
Yeah.
Right. So if you don't get the right currency or attention to it, your piggy bank's empty.
Yeah. Yeah. And so if you launch the right way, you get the right attention, then you follow up with the right method of how you run the show beyond the launch day. And you can quickly monetize it. You can quickly find JV partners. You can quickly find your dream clients. You can quickly get invited to speak on TED Talks, or you can quickly get invited to speak in other places around the country, like being on David Metzler's show that you were today.
Right. No, that was fun. But let's talk about Joy. Joy, who did not want to do a podcast. She was our client for other stuff. We were like, hey, you should do a podcast. So it was more you. So
Joy, you had to do a podcast. I wasn't going to let you off that hook.
but look at the doors it's opened for her. She's been on a couple people's summits because they heard her podcast. She was asked to do a TEDx talk, and she's about to publish a book.
Yeah.
Like the world just went for
win, and a win. So there's so many things. Our good friend Tony Caggiano launched a podcast with us a while back, and I'm still going strong doing his live interviews there as well. And so we love that. But it is definitely important to launch the right way, get the right attention, and then utilize that platform to get your message out, right? Like it's all separate pieces, right? You have a show to get your message out, right? But anybody can just go and click live, like we're live right now, and just share. But if you have the right platform to launch to get the right attention, then the right people will see your message.
Yep. And you can cash the social currency checks.
Yes. Okay. All right. So where could somebody go if they actually were like, I think I need to launch a podcast?
Yeah, they can come right to us. Right.
They could.
So
That's right.
profitswithpodcasts.com. And you know what? It's a completely done for you thing. All you have to do is record. That's all you have to do. We took away all the excuses, all the hidden stuff. This is truly about helping the impactors impact their community and taking away all the excuses that you could possibly have to launch your message out there.
Yes. We found through our journey, there's always an upsell. There's always a roadblock. There's always an excuse that can stop someone. Yeah. Right. And so we created the Profits with Podcast program designed to take away every single excuse.
Yep.
Right. Now, if you can't hit record, then okay, there's an excuse that we can't fix for you.
Right.
But if you can hit record your message, and then all you have to do is give it to us and we take care of the rest, right? Then you can go and actually talk to the people that you need to talk to, sell your thing as you need to sell your thing, get the relationships going that you need to get. And you don't have to think about the little things like editing or graphics or even publishing, right? You know what's funny? We've seen people that actually they charge just to have people publish their show.
Mm-hmm.
Like our lowest level minimum bare bones program on editing, it still includes we publish your show.
Right. Yeah, we may be doing something wrong, but you know what? We're doing it for the right reasons. And it's to really help people get their message out in a way that is affordable and it doesn't break the bank.
Yes. So, all right. So to recap this week, we talked about why podcasting. We talked about how it can open doors for you. We talked about how to make it frictionless. And then today we're kind of finishing with there is a way that you can do all of this stuff and do it with zero kind of excuses thrown in your way.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, the biggest pieces are the graphics or the editing, and we handle it.
Yep. Yep. So head on over to profitswithpodcast.com, and thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being part of our tribe, our community. And we really appreciate every single one of you.
Take care, guys.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And you know what? If you're not already a member of our Facebook group, what are you waiting for? Head on over facebook.com/groups/profits with.
Guys, we are super excited to have you be a part of our community and help you get more visible, get more traffic, and get more sales.
That's right, Ron. And every time someone is in our group, we get to share all the tips, the tricks, and everything that you can get profits with from your summits, your challenges, your workshops, your podcasts, your vodcasts, and so much more.
Guys, thank